The star Falcons hooker, who broke his wrist in late June, returned to the Intrust Super Cup last Sunday to help the Sunshine Coast notch up a 26-22 win over East to stay in finals contention. His inclusion came as a surprise to those on the outside, and even for Smith it was a return that he had thought might not happen this year. The Melbourne Storm affiliate was supposed to be back on the field 3 weeks ago, in the Falcons' final match of the regular season. But instead he was told at that time that he may not come back at all this year. "I thought I would be back 3 weeks ago, but they told me I might not lace up the boots again this year," he said. "I was very disappointed. I gave the physio and Storm staff a bit of a hard time, but I got over it. We just didn't want to push it too far. It could have put me out for a lot longer than expected. It was just about keeping me on the field for as long as possible. We were looking to the future and not just for a couple weeks." But Smith's troublesome wrist finally came good in time for last week's knockout final against Easts, which saw the Sunshine Coast advance to Sunday's preliminary final against Redcliffe. While he said the wrist was still a bit sore before the game, he was ecstatic to be back, especially with the Falcons in contention to make their first grand final since 2009. "To be back for a do-or-die game, there's nothing better than playing finals footy," he said. "You put in all that effort for the first 25 weeks in Cup, and to have a win like that against such a good opposition, it's really good." The bid to win this year's premiership could top off what has been a breakout season for the young gun, who is seen by Melbourne as the eventual successor for Cameron Smith. Not only was he crowned the Intrust Super Cup's Rookie of the Year, but Smith made his NRL debut for the Storm in round 13 and was also included in the New Zealand Test squad in May. Source up after he was signed to Melbourne from the Cowboys under-20s team at the end of last year. The 21-year-old never expected to have such a big season. Now he just hopes he can put the cherry on top by winning an Intrust Super Cup premiership, with the winner of Sunday's match to advance to a grand final showdown with PNG. "It's been very surreal," he said. "I didn't expect this year to be so good for myself. I had the injury that set me back a bit and it disappointed me, but I am looking forward to hopefully pushing on to the grand final. Some people play their whole footy careers and don't even make a grand final. To be in one, no matter what grade you are, a grand final is a special moment for any rugby league player. To be in one is an outstanding achievement." Intrust Super Cup preliminary final at Redcliffe Dolphins v Sunshine Coast Falcons, Dolphin Oval, Sunday, 2:30 p.m, live on Channel 9. Dolphins, 1. Zach Strasser, 2. Jonas Pearson, 3. Thompson Tate, 4. Moses Bangai, 24. Curtis Johnston, 6. Jack Ahern, 7. Christian Hazard, 8. Nathan Watts, 9. Shane Pumapi, 10. Matthew Lodge, 11. Daniel Bridge, 12. Troy Giles, 13. Sam Anderson, c. 14. Hugh Pratt, 15. Tyson Cleal, 16. Miles Towerley, 17. Aaron Whitchurch. Coach, Adam Mogg. Falcons, 1. Jerome Hughes, 2. Matthew Sopalala, 3. Justin Olam, 4. Christopher Lewis, 5. Jeremy Hawkins, 6. Scott Drinkwater, 7. Riley Jacks, 18. Dewey Kamikamica, 9. Brandon Smith, 10. Lachlan Dim, 11. Dane Hogan, c. 12. Joe Stimson, 13. Harrison Muller, 14. Alex Bishop, 15. Jai Ballinger, 16. John Grieve, 17. Louis Garrity, 19. Guy Hamilton, 20. Martin Cordwell. Coach, Craig Ingebrigtsen.